It's typical, isn't it? No sooner do I come offline, having done a live show this morning talking about potential transfer updates. The first transfer deal on deadline day is happening. James Ward-Prowse is the player who is leaving. It's ironic, really. I thought that he would be the last player that we would potentially move on, but it seems that James Ward-Prowse is en route to Nottingham Forest for a season-long loan deal. Now, I've been told there's no obligation or no option to buy. It's a straight loan for the season, so that's quite interesting. And it seems to demonstrate that Lopetegui and Steiden are really determined to get Carlos Soler in, and in order to do that, they're freeing up space in the squad and they're freeing up money in the wages bill in order to do that. So James Ward-Prowse is en route to Nottingham Forest. No obligation, no option to buy at this stage. Just a straight deal. And Nottingham Forest will be paying all of his salary. We will not be subsidising any part of his £115,000 a week salary. He's going straight there. And that means that Carlos Soler is now winging his way to West Ham United in order to join the club. This is a loan with an obligation to buy. He is paid less than Ward-Prowse, but that's not the only reason why we should be getting him in. Let's look at Ward-Prowse's stats for a moment. With regards to Ward-Prowse, at West Ham United, he made 53 appearances last season, scoring 7 goals with 11 assists. That's pretty decent. When he was at Southampton, Nottingham Forest, again, a good player. He made 410 appearances in total for Southampton, 55 goals with 52 assists. So that's pretty decent. They're getting a good playmaker, Nottingham Forest, and someone that can certainly add a lot of depth to their club. But Soler, what are we getting? Well, people will point out that Soler at Paris Saint-Germain was a bit of a flop. I dispute that, and I'll tell you for why. When he was at Valencia, he made 226 appearances, scoring 36 goals with 31 assists. He was their playmaker, very much the same as Ward-Prowse was for Southampton. When he moved to Paris Saint-Germain, he was a good player in a big squad. You get swallowed up sometimes when that happens. When you have too many big players, big name players, you get forgotten about. He made only 63 appearances for Paris Saint-Germain, 8 goals and 8 assists. But I reckon that coming to West Ham will regenerate will vitalise his career. And I think we're getting a good player. James Ward-Prowse, 29 years of age. He still had 3 years left on his West Ham contract. Whereas Carlos Soler, 27 years of age, even if we sign him for, say, a 3-year deal, he'll still only be 30 after those 3 years. I think we've got a player that is going to really put pressure on the likes of Souček and Paqueta in the squad. He'll offer real direct competition to both of those, and it's going to be interesting to see how Lopetegui uses him. He's a much more advanced playing player. He started his career as a striker, and then he moved back to attacking midfield, and now he's more of a sort of a box-to-box player. Not too much defensive-minded, but, you know, he does his fair share of work in defence, but it's more about the attacking side. We need someone that's got that vision, that's got something a little bit different. Paqueta is fantastic. Let's not deny it. You know, he can spot a pass a mile off. But Soler is just that little bit different. He'll probably link up play a little bit more. And I think he'll be a really interesting proposition to bring in. Now, Sean Whetstone, after he was on the show this morning, tweeted that it could be 3 players out, 2 players in. So Ward-Prowse is one of those players out, and Soler is one of those players in. Of course, it looks like Zuma is ready to sign for his new club, Al Aroba, in Saudi. So that could be the second player out. And then the third player at this moment in time looks like being Maxwell Cornet. He's en route, we believe, to Southampton, and we might hear a little bit more about that later on. So if that's the 3 players out, who are the 2 players in? Well, Soler being one. My money at this moment in time would be on Trevor Chalobah coming into West Ham. Why? Well, he's outcast from the Chelsea squad. He's training alone, or he's training with the under-21s. He's been told that he's not part of Chelsea's plans. He didn't go on the pre-season tours, etc. And he can play on the left or the right side of centre-back. He's right-footed centre-back, but he can play on the left and the right side. He can also play as right-back. Why does that matter? Well, we've seen that Aaron Creswell is injured. We don't know how long he'll be out for. We've also now seen that Aaron Wan-Bissaka can fill in. Should Emerson get injured, we can see that Wan-Bissaka can do a job on the left side, which means it will leave Sufal exposed. So someone like Trevor Chalobah coming in, could it help fill or back up that right side spot as well? So my money would be on Chalobah. I think there's more to come. We were told that potentially it might be a quiet day. It started off already at 11 o'clock being a busy one. One player out, one player in already, which is James Ward-Prowse to Nottingham Forest on a season-long loan, and they'll be picking up his wages 100%. And the other player coming in is Carlos Soler. He's making his way to carry out a medical. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Costs nothing to subscribe. I'm sure I'm going to be back later on with more updates. Keep them peeled, as someone used to say on TV. And I'll see you all later.